Yeah, August 1st. Some things I've been watching. First, there's a series called Good Family. It's actually based on a true story with a family. They take in disabled children with disabilities. And they took in a girl who was from Ukraine. And her name was Natalia, starring Ellen Pompeo, Imogen Reed, and Mark Duplass. But it's on Hulu. It's fine. It's a little troubling if you you understand. Um, but it's based on a true story where a family takes in a disabled girl. She has problems, but then there's something wrong. She's not. It seems like she's not the age in which they adopted her, which she was technically a grown person. So there was just a lot going on every single. It was just layers and layers of things, and it lets you know about like adoption agencies and things like that, or what things they hide, right? And just watching this series, I was like, wow, this is just it's really telling about a lot of families. Also, it's telling about the adoption agencies, and it's telling about the system itself. The system that doesn't protect the children, doesn't protect the families. And so just watching that, I was just blown away. And then Ella Pompeo, she's really over the top. Really, a really good job doing that, and especially Imogen Reed, the young lady. She played the part well to a T as the Natalia Grace, and she was very convincing. And it's uh, you know, as parents, it'll get you on a roller coaster ride. It's really up and down. And Mark Duplass is Ellen Pompeo's husband, and he does a good job. And he's really quirky, quirky, dorky, but it's a fine series. It's a real fine series. I started it, but it took me a while to finish it. But I finally finished it, and it's something. All right. The next one, 1923, right? Season two. Well, it's like this season finale. So, starring Brandon Sklar, Harrison Ford, and Helen Mirren, Timothy Dalton. So when you left off, he was going to back to Montana to help the family because Timothy Dalton's character was threatening them with all types of force. Again, Irishmen, and they wanted the land so he can actually build a ski resort from the land, and so there's a lot going on. And Amenia Nieves, she's playing an escape Indian girl who escaped from a convent, and they was abusing her. So she's on the run. And she has one of the priests, and there's also like a marshal after her. That's like the side. That's like the side of the story, but they go on a killing spree trying to find her. And the priest, my God, if you're a man of the cloth and the things that he was doing, it seemed like he succumbed to that evil side. At first, but then he succumbed to that evil side, and oof, it was something. So, just getting back to it, you know, Brandon, he's doing everything to get back to his family. He was on the ship, and then his wife says she's gonna find him, and then her story getting to him, and Um, it's something. It's really something, and it just shows like just determination and family and grit and revenge and money, and it's a lot going on, and this is a part of the Yellowstone series, and this is really fascinating, and the conclusion would answer a lot of things um, from season one, and it concluded well, and it was just great great story, a real great story, telling two stories really great, and just lets you know a lot um, of what's going on in just that part of the world. And a lot of these stories, even though it's fictional, it's not really, because it does contact a lot of historical events that happened, and that's not in books or you can read online. These things, a lot of these things happen. A lot of these things happen, and was never out there for the masses to know. So, but 1923 is great. Always just great. The whole Yellowstone series is great. All right, and the last thing is you series finale. Uh, this is season 5, I think. Now, um, so you got Joe Goldberg. He's with Kate, and they're moving to New York, and things was going good. Got his son back, and they're building a family. But it seems like the past of what happened in London is getting back with Kate, and Kate awoke the beast inside Joe, and in doing so, Joe got back to his old ways, talking to himself and doing certain things, and it's a crazy thing. And then Kate has her twin sisters. That's crazy. I one that's just over the top crazy, and the other one she's just a mean spirited. But then Joe has his own things he's trying to find himself. So he has the bookstore. He buys the bookstore, and then he brings in the girl named Bronte, and he has started to get feelings for her. And then, in doing so, Kate, she finds out, and it's a big thing, and Kate is kind of afraid of Joe, and that just brings so many things there. And Bronte, she's not who she's supposed to be, and and it's it is a lot here, and it ties in everyone, right? Because it all ties in everyone, and you know where I'm gonna go with this. Everything always leads to that first girl in his back. It's just always something about the girl back, and I'm be honest with you, I loved the girl, that character Beck. I understood her. I liked her. I was not a fan of Joe until season 3, and it really, everything really drawn back to her, and this was just I can say that was just the end of this series, which was a fine series as well. Yeah, it was a fine series. Yeah, I think possibly I could say this last season this last season was fine compared to, I think, the outcry of season three. People didn't really like season four, the London. At that season, yeah, that one. I think season three as well. They really didn't like that too much, with the other girl that Joe was thing, but they did love Quinn. I think there's a drawing thing with love. But all right, that's all I got, and I'm out.